Okay.
We back on again, y'all. All right, y'all, come back on again.
You turn it down.
It's down.
No, it's not. Turn it down. Oh God. I guess this wasn't canceled. Hey Trish. Oh God.
All right, we're gonna do this
Hey.
one more time. Facebook done something new, y'all. We're trying to see who. There we go.
That was it, go Trish. Hey Trish.
There we go. Thank you, Mr. Facebook. All right, we're gonna try this one more time. All right. Start off, Mama.
Okay. Welcome everybody to Thursday Love with TJ and Sherry. Thanks, Trish. Thank you. It's growing back out again. Yes. So I hope y'all are having a great week. I hope things are going good. We had some great responses from last week about challenges. It was great. And so on this week, we're talking about how do you know if you have found the right one. Some people would say, you know, I'm looking for my soulmate, or, you know, where's my soulmate? I want to find my soulmate. You know, some people say soulmate. Hey, Tayshawn, how you doing?
TL. And Trish Cher has a wig, so keep going.
My hair is not a wig. So this week, on tonight, we're going to talk about.
Nico.
On tonight, we're going to talk about how do you know you found the right one. So tonight's segment. So let's get into it. Tonight's segment is not just for married couples, because married couples, they're already married, so they feel like they found the right one. And in some cases, do you really know that you found the right one?
Some cases, just a feeling.
It's just a feeling. Because I posed a question on this week. How do you know you found the right one? And Trish came back with the spiritual response. Yes, Trish. Yes. She gave some scripture. It was a post.
It's just the real to her.
And nobody really responded. And I sat and wondered. I said, you know, is it because people just don't want to respond, or is it because they really don't know that they found the right one? Or, you know, what could be the answer to this question, you know? And so, you know, but there are some singles out there that are dating. And they want to know the person that they're dating, is he or she the right one? And then you have those who, you know, who are not dating. They're just single. You know, they're enjoying life. And they want to find the right one. They want to find their soulmate. You know, there's some people out there, I could care less about having someone in my life right now, which is fine. I think that is great. You know, but
Hey, Kanisha.
Hey, Kanisha. But there are some people out there who honestly, you know, they want to know who is my soulmate? You know, God, where he at? You know, God, where she's at? And, you know, they're looking, they're out there, they're doing things, they're, you know, they're dressing themselves up. They're going to places to make themselves visible and stuff like that. You know, they're part of friendships, connections, and
some of them on dating sites.
And some are even on dating sites, you know. And so, and everybody wants that formula. You know, how do I get the right one? I want what he and she got. You know, he and she got something great going on. They're married. They look happy. You know, for some women, you know, growing up, they want that big old house and picket fence and children, that fairy tale story like you see on Hallmark. For For those who like Hallmark.
We're going to respond to that, Trish. I wasn't even looking. I was running. Yeah, we're going to get to that.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. But there are some people who are looking, and there are some people who are not looking. But tonight we're going to try to give a couple of pointers. We're not going to be up here too long tonight, but we're going to give a couple of pointers. You got the basic pointers that you hear all the time, but we're going to try to give a few that are a little different than most on tonight. So
this is going to be more than a one-part series.
Yeah,
what we're saying.
We probably end up breaking this down a little bit more.
So tell you that. So before we start this, how did you know that I was the right one? I think we briefly discussed it a little bit, like the very first time we came on. But how did you know I was really? I mean, because Sherry really don't have no spiritual answer. Like,
I don't have a spiritual answer.
Sometimes it ain't always gonna be a spiritual thing. But how did you know I was the right one? Or did you think I'm still the right one?
Yeah, excuse me, and my peppermint.
Or am I still the right one? Or do some days you think I ain't the right one?
Some days.
Or some minutes. Cause that happens, y'all. Sometimes you do second guess yourself.
After you marry, you be like, oh my, who is this?
All right, come on.
All right. So his question to me is,
hey, Mama.
Hey, Miss Carrie. So your question.
How did you know I was
your
the right
question?
One? How did you know I was the right one?
Okay, I didn't. I did not know if TJ was.
Depressing.
I did not know in the beginning if TJ was the right one.
I'm trying to change it.
No, I'm trying to change. I'm just trying to answer your question. Hey, Lakia, my line sister. Hey, Joanna. I did not. In the beginning, I did not know if TJ was the one. Honestly, he was far from the one in my head.
Tell the live people what kind of man you were actually looking for.
We've discussed this already, but
no, you never went into detail about it. What you looked for, but technically she didn't look to get married at all. But if she did get married, tell them the type of person.
I would say, hey,
what's up, Al?
Okay, so I did not know that TJ was the one in the beginning. I did not know TJ was the one. He did not look like the one. My one, as I envisioned, was at least 6 feet, chocolate like me,
light skin,
athletic.
Am.
Very athletic.
Not.
Built.
Am.
Bow-legged.
Straight-legged.
You do got a curvature.
My calves curve. Keep going. We got long.
Oh my God.
Keep going. What's up, Thomas? Keep going. We got long.
So no, I did not know in the beginning that TJ was one. He did not look, because that's the first thing we do. We look. He has to look like what I want.
They ain't missing the thing.
And that's one of the standards that we hold, as that got to be the right one. He has to look like the one I want. And TJ did not look like the one I want. So no, I did not know in the beginning that TJ was the one for me. It wasn't until we dated a few years, and a lot of things. Yeah, a few years, because we dated for 6 years. So it wasn't until about the 3rd or 4th year that I was sitting there like, is he the one? That's when I started considering or pondering it. And then, and it wasn't later. I asked God. I had to ask God.
So when did you, I mean, if you're here, y'all, so when did you know, like, when did it actually hit you that I was the right one for you? And be honest.
Okay, so.
No spiritual answer, no super, give me an honest answer. When did you know I was the right one?
It kind of crept upon me, because we were dating, we were going through things. You were helping me.
That wasn't my question.
I'm trying to give you my answer. Cause see, for me, I wasn't looking for you.
Okay.
So, and so for me to know that you were the one, it kind of, things that you were doing, itself will line up. You were being a gentleman.
Okay.
Opening and closing doors.
Chivalry is still alive.
Yeah. You were always putting me first in most things that you were doing. You were always concerned about me. You were always challenging me to be better. You were, hey, Trinette. You were You were helping me out if I had a financial struggle or whatever. You were trying to make sure I was taken care of. You were doing all these things,
norms,
that a husband would do.
Okay.
And so I had to start looking at you in a different light.
Okay. Which I am light skinned. Keep going.
Really? I had to start looking at you not just as TJ, this guy.
So you had an epiphany.
It wasn't no specific moment. I can't say, on January the 16th, 2003.
Which I hope you didn't say it like that.
Oh my goodness, he touched me. But no, it wasn't nothing like that. It was just something over time. It was just something over time that happened. And you made me laugh. I could be upset. I could be down. You made me laugh. You made me laugh all the time. You made me laugh when I didn't want to laugh.
That's what she hates. Keep going.
And then not only that, when you started learning about me, the real me, and I found myself being honest with you, like I could open up myself and just be honest with you. I think that was really like the ticket for me. Everything else, the chivalry, being there, the support, kind of used to that, okay, that wasn't like nothing major. But for me to be able to be emotionally naked to you, and you support me through that, you walk me through that, you help me heal through that, you didn't judge me, that was like it for me. That was everything to me, because that was my most shameful and my most insecure moment that I hid, and I hid very well. And you were able to get that side out of me. You were able to get that out of me. Yeah, you were able to see through it. That's it. You were able to see through it. And you wanted to do it. You wanted to do it. You did. You wanted to do that. Most guys, who would want to do that? Who would care less about your past and stuff that damaged you, stuff that hurt you? Who would want to find that stuff out? You wanted to find that stuff out. And then once you found it out, you walked me through it. You helped me through it. And that was major to me. So if that was it, that was like the most. And so that was around that time. We had been together 2-3 years, and I was able to start letting down my guard, and I was starting to open up and trust you and relax with you and be honest and open with you. But you did it in such a careful way. You didn't never throw that stuff back in my face. You did it in such a, like handling a baby. You honestly took steps with me in that. And I think that was like the most rewarding thing. That's all I can say, because I'm getting there. Okay.
So my question to you was, that was great. My question to you was, when did you know?
I specifically said there was no point in time and moment.
What moment did heaven open up and God say, this is the one?
That wasn't until I sought God. You said no spiritual answer, but just being honest. All those things made me look at you different and open up, like you could be more than just a friend or a boyfriend. But it wasn't until I had to seek God, and that was around, I say, my 4th or 5th year dating you. I was sitting there like, okay, God, is he the one for me? Okay. Is he the one for me?
So when did God give you the answer or show you the vision?
I didn't write it down. I'm sorry. I didn't write no date down.
Before we said I do?
Oh, it was before we said I do. It didn't take long. Like literally once I asked God in prayer, I do remember the night I asked God in prayer. I was staying in my own apartment. So it had to be, we got married in 2005. Mm-hmm. I want to say we got engaged in 2005. So I want to say 2000, I think it was late 2003. It was late 2003. This is around one of the times my friends were getting married. So it was late 2003. I was in my room one night and I was praying, and I asked God, I was like, I've been with this guy for almost 4 years now, going on 5. Like, is he the one? And I was crying about some things, and then I heard him clear as day. He is the one.
So you got your confirmation from God.
I got my confirmation from God.
Thank you. So step first.
That was how good. He do me. Y'all see how he do me?
but that was a good thing to know.
Y'all see how you do me? Hey, Keena.
For some people,
hey, Bonnie.
Like for instance,
Bonnie, you not in
for
church.
me, Joanna,
Bonnie, you ain't in church.
So,
Joanna, you ain't in church.
So for me, I think I might have mentioned it earlier, but when my brother graduated, BB graduated from Elizabeth City in 1999.
BB.
And
yes, Trish.
Oh yeah, Trish. And my nephew at that time was 2 years old, and I had my back turned, and Sherry, like I said, I knew Sherry or whatever, but out of all those people that was at graduation, she called her. Someone, I had my back turned, and someone called my name out. And it was like, TJ. And I was like, okay, out of all these people here, this graduation, who knows me here? Because I don't know anybody here. I turned around, and it was her. She looks like, let me tell y'all. Let me just give y'all an example. For although this might show my age too, Poetic Justice, right? Remember when Janet Jackson had those braids and all that stuff? During that time, that's what Sherry had. So it's like I turned around and she was walking towards me. And I was like, really, God? So anyway, that day my nephew was thirsty. She had Coca-Cola, and she was like, "You thirsty?" He just grabbed it and he just drank it all and gave her the empty can back. Mind you, he's 2 years old. It's Kentrell. All right. So when we talked for a little while, or whatever the case may be, but as soon as I kid you not, as soon as she turned around and we said our goodbyes, she turned around and she walked. She walked in the opposite direction, and there was a lot of things that was taking my attention while she was walking in the opposite direction, which I won't talk about right now. Just say you notice it. Anyway, so it was switching from left to right. Anyway, so
God bless you, Pastor.
Hello, Pastor. We married. I was married. So anyway, soon as she turned around and she went walking in the opposite direction, I heard God's clear as day. He said, "That's your wife." And I was like, all right, God, you got to be a magician, because I don't know how this is going to happen, because I hadn't seen Sherry in like 3 years. Mind you, we graduated from high school in 96, so showing our age, but yeah. I hadn't seen her. I ain't seen her again until 1999. And so I ain't seen this girl in 3 years. And I ain't seen this girl in 3 years. And you tell me that she's my wife. So let me tell y'all how God operates. So we played in a softball league. And so we may not get to our points now, but we're just gonna tell you our story, how we got together.
Right.
We played in a softball league during the summer after because I was at school or whatever, and she was still at Elizabeth City State. And I went to North Carolina Central Eagles. Anyway, so played in a softball league during the summertime. And it just so happened that Sunday, because the graduation was on May 5th, 99, it just so happened, which was a Saturday, it just so happened that Sunday we had to play in a softball game. Right. And so her sister and her brother-in-law, the team that they played on, just so happened to need an extra player. And so Sherry was a killer softball player. She's a pitcher or whatever. So just happened. So school was out, of course, since it was graduation time. So I drive up to the park, and I'm, we get ready to play ball or whatever. And so I see a little, I joke with it. The car was actually red, but I call it pink, but because it was pink. It was a pink Toyota Giselle. And it drives, it was faded. So, but it had four wheels and it took it where she needed to go. Anyway, so the car drives up and I said, okay, God, what you doing? I mean, I know you told me last night that yesterday she was my wife. And I said, I asked you if she's really my wife, you got to work it out. I said, you work quick. So make a long story short, so she pulls up and I'm like, okay, God he's doing something crazy. So then, we play ball or whatever. And, of course, I try to show off because she's there. And I didn't do too good of a job. But anyway, that is what it is. And so afterwards we talked, joked around or whatever. Because she never thought that I was serious or whatever. So we joked around for a bit. And after so I asked her for a number. And no, that's not what happened. I had to take my boy home, Elwood Evans. I had to take him home. And so when I looked through my rearview mirror, behind my car was actually her. And I said, God, you doing this thing. I see her at the graduation. Then I see her the next day at the softball. And then she's right behind me. So I rolled the window down and I flagged her and told her to follow me. And so she follows me to my boy's house or whatever. And so there we still talk, we still joke. And I said, give me your number or whatever. She was like, okay, cool. Now, mind you, she gave me her number with no intentions of talking to me. That's a sad thing. So she was playing with me. But I guess God had a bigger plan.
I was just going to ignore the call later.
Yeah. So, yeah, she was going to ignore it. But God was going to allow her finger to just automatically pick up the phone regardless.
I was going to ignore it.
So the next day, man, I called her. And, I clowned around and I clowned because Sherry thought I was corny, which admitted I am corny and I'm proud of being corny. That's what makes me who I am.
Like I said, he just wasn't my type.
Yeah, I wasn't her type. So I called her and we joked around or whatever the case may be. And then, so she had to I called her Monday and I called her Tuesday. So I called her during the daytime and I was clowning around, joking around, doing whatever. And so she thought I was a clown, basically. She didn't think I was the serious side of me. So the night, I called her, joked around during the day. And I called her back later that night. I said, okay, she knows that I'm a clown, but she doesn't know there's anything serious about me. So I called back and I had on my masculine voice or whatever the case may be. She didn't even know who I was, y'all. She had to ask me. I had to recall the whole conversation back to her that we had during that day. And then from that moment on, she saw that there was something different about me. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to go into, I will. And so we still play ball.
It was enough for me to stay on the phone. It was something a little different enough to stay on the phone. But that was about it.
Yeah, so what I did was, we still joked around for a bit or whatever. So I asked her, I did something that had never happened to her in her 21 years, because that's how old she was at that point in time.
Yeah.
Instead of asking her to go out, this was just my way of doing it. Instead of asking her to go out to the movies or go out to the club or, go out, whatever, to eat, I asked her to go to church. Now, tell them how you felt when I asked you that.
I laughed. I laughed because I was like, hello, church. I didn't grow up in church. Went to a Sunday school occasionally, but so I wasn't a church goer, nothing like that.
But when I asked her, she thought it sparked her attention. But she was like, "This dude could have asked me anywhere, but he asked me to go to church."
Now it was after a while. But you said at first it was funny because I was like, "Yeah, right, ain't go no church." But later after I thought about it, it was interesting. It was different. But it was a method because I knew once I took her to church, all the little kids would go up to her like, "Oh, you TJ's girlfriend," and then she wouldn't have no choice but to admit it and say, "Yeah." Anyway, so. That is how.
Partially. She won't let me get to the part about she hitting the fence. But, we're not going there. All right. So, step one, we'll say, how do you know if you found, we could go on, but we'll talk about it later. How do you know if you found the right mate? So, one of the ways is they make you want to be better.
You just went so left field. Went so left field on this one.
Ain't that how you Vince? Because you went to left foot to catch that ball.
Like I said, okay, because you messing this. Oh God. Okay, so all right, let's get back on track. So as we stated before, people want to know. This is for singles, folks who are dating. Even if you're married, sometimes you got to question: did I marry the right one? But you should know that already. But. So, like I said, and for me, it was an attraction thing. Like, I wasn't attracted to him. Most people have on their list, automatic, I have to be attracted to you. Some people think if you're dating someone and you're attracted to them, whether it be physically or sexually or whatever, this has to be the one. Some people think that. They automatically think that from gay. If there's an attraction there. And in my case, in my story, there was an attraction there. There was no attraction. For him, was there an attraction there for you?
Well, we got to keep it rated G because we on Facebook.
It's just yes or no.
Because although I was saved and I grew up in church, but that was definitely an attraction. So
Pastor Sonny, stop doing that.
So like I told y'all,
he jumped ship.
When she turned around and she went to go walk in the opposite direction, this was why the Lord was speaking. He was speaking, but my eyes were somewhere else. And it was left, and it was right, and it was left, and it was right. So there was an attraction. Yes, there was. Hallelujah.
And I'm not saying there shouldn't be. Now, don't get me wrong. I think in some cases, yes, there is
That's
an attraction.
Right, Thomas. That's the first thing. That's right, Thomas.
I think, because it's the first thing you do, you see the person. You're attracted to them. Are they goodly to look upon? I get that. But for me, there wasn't an attraction. So we can tell from both sides of the story. He can tell that there was an attraction for him, and I think there should be, but in some cases there may not be. Because in my case, there was no attraction. He, as I said earlier, he was not my type. He was not what I was looking for. So
But I say this though.
So do we? So do we?
No.
So pat your head. So I mean, so do we? So do we say that's not the one? That's not our soulmate because we're not attracted to them in the beginning? Come on, talk to me, people. Talk to me. So do we just automatically X them out because we're not attracted to them? Now, I'm not saying, I'm not saying he was ugly. He wasn't ugly. I just wasn't attracted to him. I mean, he's a good-looking man. He's still a good-looking man. He's a fine man. He's my man. Yes. Okay. But I'm just saying, he was good-looking back then, but I'm just saying, does it necessarily have to be an attraction? And is that something you look for? Is that something on your list that you have to check off? I have to be attracted to that person. Well,
I'll say this. You need to be attracted to something about them. Whether it's the looks, whether it's the body, or it's the mind, or the heart. Because not only was I'm just going to be honest and say it. Yeah, her butt was very attractive and is still attractive now. But what also, look, man, we're married.
Okay.
But not only was that attractive to me, another thing that attracted me to Sherry was her heart. Sherry had and she still has one of the biggest hearts I've ever seen in my 39 years of life. Like, I've seen Sherry over the years be hurt by people, be not physically abused, but being, you know what I mean by being abused. People treating her sometime any kind of way, disrespect, so to speak. And no matter what they did to her, and no matter what they do to her, it's just a gift that God has given her of love, which is something we all should have. But she will forgive them and she will love them no matter what. And Sherry will give, even to this day, Sherry would give the shirt off her back to somebody if they really need it. So her heart was one of the things that attracted me. Not only that, but Sherry has this smile Sherry has this smile that can literally light up the room, and people.
Thank you, babe.
Back to the drum ball. But she has this smile that can literally, it lights up the room. Her smile by itself, no matter what you're going through, matters what you're feeling. You can be depressed or whatever the case may be, but when you see that smile, it's like a mother saying to a child, everything's going to be okay. And that smile says it. It says, no matter what you're going through, no matter what your struggle is, it's going to be okay. God got you. Everything's going to be okay. So there needs to be some type of physical, because you need to be able to look at or be around, your mate and be like,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean. Sean Sharon.
So go ahead.
So attraction is one of the things that should be on your list. But I'm just saying, in my case, my testimony, attraction wasn't the case. So my testimony would be,
we give you opposite sides.
Yeah, we're giving you two different sides. So I would say, in some cases, you weren't looking for them. It just happened. So that's my testimony. I wasn't looking for him.
You were running, Trish.
Yeah. I wasn't looking for him. It just happened. And that was my type of attraction testimony. I wasn't looking for him. It just happened. She said physical attraction.
Wow. What are y'all saying about us Bridges boys? We got
Trish.
We got
I'll call you later.
We got 10 jobs.
But
you know what? We don't care about the physical attraction. We still got what we wanted.
Yes, but
we got another way. God has a way that you can't go.
So you about to mess it
up. Can't go over or under.
For me, it wasn't what I was looking for at the time, and it just happened. So in certain situations, your soulmate or the right person might be the person that come into your life, and before you know it, something happens, and you're not looking for them.
Right.
But they are looking for you.
That's right.
The right person is looking for you.
Well, and God is looking out for you. Sherry loved the Hallmark. She loved the Hallmark channel.
I love the Hallmark channel.
Now, mind you, some of the way they get together, it might not be good, but most of them have boyfriends or whatever the case is, or girlfriends or whatever the case is. And And it's something, usually the boyfriend or the girlfriend is, it's all about themselves and so forth and so on. And generally another person comes along to give them that spark, that attraction that they're missing out on. And so what happened?
Go ahead.
So, and even though they weren't looking for that person, but God knows what everybody needs per se. And so, even though, like I said, they weren't looking for him, it just happened that that person was the person that they really was looking for. They didn't know they was looking for that person.
All right, so let's talk about what's next. What was the one you had? The one you talked about?
Well, the one I said earlier is they make you want to be better. All right? If you're going to be, you have to be with someone that's going to push you, going to promote you to be the best that you can be. That's the job of whatever, the mate, the spouse, or whatever the case is. If they're not promoting you to be better, then you may need to look stage left or drop the mic and walk off stage left, because they should inspire you to be the best that you can possibly be.
Yeah. The thing we wrote down was they build with you and not for you. That means build with you means not only just a relationship. They build your character. They build your dreams. They support you in everything. They're not trying to dominate you or take over your dreams for you and do it for you. They're doing it with you. So they're collaborating with you. And that's one thing I can say about TJ. He found out what my dreams were. Your person that you're dating or the person that you're married to, they should ask you, what are your dreams? What are your goals? What are your inspirations? That should be one of the questions, especially while you're dating. What is in your head? Because that means they care about you. They're concerned about you.
And that's something you should ask yourself before you even start dating. What are your actual dreams? Write them down.
Right. And so while they're dating, that's something they should ask you, because that means they're invested in you. That lets you know that they care. They're invested. And so, off gate, I don't think I had to ask TJ about his dreams, because he was so quick to tell me about everything that was going on in his life. And I was like, at first I was a little scared, because, my testimony is I didn't want to marry a musician. But when I chose to, I made a choice. I made a choice to be in this relationship. So I made a choice to marry him. I chose to marry my best friend who's a musician. So I married his dream. So, I had to help build that with him. So when we were dating, he was telling me about his musical dreams. And I said, well, okay, what stuff is it that you need? Because I have no clue about this musical stuff. So what is it that you need to help build this dream? And so he made a list. He made a list of the keyboards, software programs. I don't know the terms for this stuff. The equipment that I need to pursue my career. All the equipment he needs. And I said, okay, let's go get it. And that's how that person should be. A person should build with you and not for you. A person should, your mate, the person you're dating, they should be able to work with you with your dream, support you doing your dream, help you finance a little bit or whatever, help you raise money to get your dream.
That was good.
That lets you know they're totally invested in this.
And that also lets you know that mate that you're with is looking, the mate should be able to look beyond where you are and be able to see a future for you. So if they're asking you about your goals and your aspirations, that's an indication right there that they're looking for more than just right now. That they're looking for a future.
Yes.
So that'll give you an indication. Okay,
hey,
you know what? This person might be somebody that I can kind of see myself with, because I might have I might be goodly to look upon, but they're looking beyond my outer appearance and they're looking into my future. Right.
And I know for those who have just joined in late, we're still talking about how do you find your right mate. And honestly, and so, we're not talking about the basic ones that you hear all the time, trust and like and love and support. We're trying to hit on a couple of nuggets that you don't mostly hear about and that kind of shares in our testimony that helped us along the way. So this is what we're talking about, build you up. Not only that, build your character up. TJ has a way to just make you want to be better. he just has a way to make you want to be better. Like we talked about in our past segments about how I used to love to argue. You know, now it's like, don't get me wrong, I can throw down a good argument, but you know, it's like a waste of energy. Being mad is a waste of energy and time. I got too much precious time. It's other things I could be doing. It's other things that we could be doing. And this, you know, and so he made me want to be better. I mean, he's like a ball of energy, of positivity, just a ball of optimism, you know. And so, and I hate to say it, but I was more so of a ball of negativity.
Pessimism. Yeah,
pessimism. And so, and his positive vibes just rubbed off on me. And
Pessimegativism. That's my new word.
Yeah.
I rubbed off on him.
So he just rubbed off on me. And you know, and it helped build my character. You know, he said he loved my smile. So it made my smile worth having all the time because of how great he was at building my character up. You know, and that person should be able to want you to be better, challenge you to be better. And you shouldn't back from that. You should embrace that. If somebody wants to build you up while you date, that's something great. That's a positive. So check that off, you know, your list. If you're dating someone who wants you to be better as a better person, a better character, your sense of humor, your personality, things you do, you know, what are some things? Okay, so what are some things that you can say that I do to help build you up?
Absolutely nothing. Sherry makes me laugh. Nah, seriously. One of the things that even though it irritates me and it irritates her, but one of the problems I have is being late. That is one of the major problems that I have. And mind you, man, yeah, she irritates the life out of me by saying, you know, rushing. But the point of the matter is, I don't need to be late. If I'm going to be somewhere, I need to be not on time, but before time. Because not only does that makes me look good, but it also sets me up for future opportunities. That is one of the things that she do to make me better. That was one of the questions you asked me, right?
Yeah.
She encourages me. Sherry is one of the most. No, I take that back. That's a story. Sherry is the most honest critic that I know in my life. I can play a song. I can sing. I can write a song. I can be working on a book. I can be preparing for a sermon. I could be cutting my hair. And I can rest assured that everybody's might lie to me, but I can rest assured that she gonna tell me, no, baby, that ain't. No.
I say it like that.
No, she doesn't say it like that. She says it a little bit different. But I can always depend on her to tell me the truth, which makes me go back to the drawing board to readjust and to reassess what it is that I've done to make what I've done better. So she challenged me to be the best that I can in that instance. What else does she do to make me better? Well, she makes me feel better, but we can't talk about that because this is Facebook Live.
Let's take Pastor Sonny's comment. We're gonna work on you. Pastor Sonny made a great comment. He said that he was happily separated, and then he put a smiley face and not looking. But when he met his wife, I guess because of that comment.
I got you right
here. Okay.
Oh, she froze.
Yeah, it's froze. Anyway, but basically it says she helped him believe in love again. And that's helping building because some people, we're not just talking about singles and those that are married. We're talking about those who have been divorced as well. And you know, thank you for sharing, Pastor Sonny. You know, some people have been divorced. And so they don't believe in love again. They feel broken. Their hope in love is gone. And so when that person, and so we're still talking about building. If you ever get that opportunity again, because some people want that opportunity again. So if you ever get that opportunity again, which God can bless you with that opportunity, don't feel like you can't have that opportunity. God will always open the door for you. And to believe in love again. And with Pastor Lee's testimony, he said his wife made him believe in love again. So that means it sounds like he was in a place of brokenness as well as he didn't have hope. And sometimes it takes someone coming along to help you believe again. And he believed in love again. And that is great because some people lose, you know, they don't think they can, they don't feel lovable, nor feel like they can give love. And so I think that is awesome. You know, that's an awesome testament about someone, your partner, your mate, building you up. Because I can testify to that too, because I never experienced real love until I got with him. I never experienced real love. I did not know what real love was until I got with him. It was a bunch of infatuations, a bunch of lust. That's pretty much it. It was pretty much that. So, you know, you got your puppy love, you know, but I honestly can say that I did not experience real love until I met him. And so it made me believe in it. It made me believe in it. That stuff I see on TV, you know, it made me believe in it. That fantasy love can happen. And a lot of people don't believe it can happen. And sometimes God will send that person in your life to say, yes, it's still real. It still can happen. People like that stuff on TV is fake. It's fantasy. It ain't no such thing. But if you know your God is love.
Right.
And, you know, yes, and love can be your fantasy. Now, it ain't perfect 24/7. You're going to have some issues, but that's what makes the fantasy even worth it, because you learn to work with it together, work through it together. So, I mean, I'm gonna slow down on that one, but that's pretty much where I'm at on that. I think that's an awesome testament from Pastor Lee about how his wife made him believe in love again, helped him to believe in love again. So I think that's just awesome. So, we said we won't go be long tonight. We just hit a couple of points tonight. Tonight we talked about attraction. You know, he was attracted. I wasn't looking for it, but it just happened. We talked about how your person should make you better. That should be on your checklist. That person should want to make you better. And I spoke from the point of, you know, that person, your mate, should build you up. Not build with you. I'm sorry, build with you. Build with you and not for you. And so those are just a couple of things that we're going to talk about on tonight. And if you got other times of other things that you would think that should be on your list of how you know that is the right one, chime in. You know, let us know. I mean, we're going to do a part 2 on this next week. So next week, we're going to continue with this same discussion.
Oh, Lord. Pastor Hassan.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God. But, yeah, so yeah, we're gonna continue this discussion on next week.
We ain't gonna say that one live.
we gonna continue this discussion next week, because I think it's something that will help a lot of people out there. I think people should have standards. I think people should have standards, but also, I know you want to comment on that. That's why I was looking at you. I think certain people should have standards when you're looking for your mate, but
be flexible.
Be flexible in your standards. Yeah.
You know, Sherry mentioned she was pushing for my dream. She asked me to list out everything that I wanted in order to help, you know, build my music career. But at the same time, like I said, she wanted, you know, a 6 foot some dude, very athletic, you know, muscular. Which she got the muscular, not the height. Light skin, but not. We on Facebook.
See, I told you, Trissy, how that come back out. It ain't gone nowhere. Yes. It ain't gone that PA.
Yeah, you start doing it, we had to cut this thing short. Anyway, hallelujah. But anyway, the attraction is still there. But yeah, be flexible, y'all. Because, for instance, she what she was looking for, I wasn't.
Right.
What she was looking for. So sometimes what you're looking for may not be what you really are looking for, but that's what you think you're looking for. Because God knows He knows what you need.
Right.
You think you know what you want, but He knows what you need. So she thought she needed a 7 foot, 6 foot, like I said, muscular, dark skin, athletic, or whatever. Yeah. But she got a 5'8", light skin, muscular, half athletic dude who treated her like a gentleman and respects her. So what she wanted, actually, sometimes what you want is less than what God has for you, is what I really want to say.
Yeah.
Because even though she wanted
your standards might be little.
Your standards might be low. She wanted this stature of a man, but God said, no, what you want is less than the best that I have for you.
Right.
So she had to make the decision over time as things, because everything's a choice. Because you still have to make the decision to choose who God has for you.
Yes.
He ain't going to force it upon you.
Yes.
So if you want something, that's less than what He has, you can make the choice to choose it. but then you making a choice to choose less. So if he has something better for you, be open-minded to accept and to choose what he has for you. Because although, like I said, I wasn't in the stature that she wanted, but I was better than what she wanted.
That's right.
So be flexible.
That's right.
To hear from God and to be led by God for what he really has for you.
Yes.
And so with that, we're going to end.
Yeah, we're going to end tonight. We can keep going, and we got other things we're going to talk about. So we're going to continue this on next week.
We are. This is going to be another part. So sometimes we won't talk about whatever it is that we put out. We won't talk about all of it the first time. It'll be in different sections and so forth and so on. So once again we thank everybody, man.
Thank you. Come on, show your love. For those that are still on, show your love. We thank y'all for tuning in with us on tonight. Yeah. We love y'all support. We love y'all Thursday love. We do. So y'all continue. Y'all have a great weekend. It's hot out there. Stay hydrated. And we'll continue to talk about this. And please share this with your friends. Inbox us or comments on our page. Please let us know. We would love to hear from you guys. We would love to hear from you guys.
And not only that, but I mean, you just go to the page and put about some things. Put some topics that you may want us to talk about. But not only that, but think just outside of live itself. Come up, send us some things that you may want us to do outside of just the live that you would like to see done outside, because we would like to take this more than just seeing you guys talking to you guys every night, every Thursday night at 9 o'clock. Yeah. So maybe some outings or whatever the case is, just some different things. I mean, because we are a married couple. So we would love to do some things with married couples. So discuss some things, or go out or whatever the case may be, or even with the singles, answer some questions and so forth and so on. So we're here. Like I said once in the beginning, we're not experts, but we do have experience. So we're here, and we want to be more than just live. So just whatever your ideas are, please feel free to go to the page or hit us up in the inbox or whatever the case is, and let us know some things you might want to do.
Right.
Is that good?
That's great.
All right. So with that being said, we love you guys.
And
we will be back here next Thursday. Rain, sleet, or snow, 9 o'clock.
Love you guys.
Thursday love. Have a great night, you guys.
Have a great night. Bye.
Be blessed.